Let's go. Welcome back. Friday night. Hope you're having a lovely Friday night. I'm going to pull up a chessboard and play some 5-minute blitz. Let's go. And yeah, you guessed it. No, let's go. I'm trying to play some chess 960. Fisher random, some freestyle chess. At times it does take a while to get a pairing. Sometimes it's almost instant, but I'd say like 70% of the time there's a wait. Chess 960 community is much smaller, but here we go. Let's go. No more stalling. This is starting position 156. 156. Sorry, 165. 165. Memorize it. Study it. Master it. Move the scope of fish. Move the scope of the queen. Always look for loose pawns. Loose pawn in the position. You can try to coax this pawn away. Rook also does defend. That's a bonus. However, if I grab the pawn, you just... Okay. I think this is in order. Ready to play this. If pawn takes or pushes past. Removing here. Bishop takes, queen takes. Opponent has played how many 960 they played? 42. Fairly new. Opponent's going after this loose pawn. If I play here, you take on passant. No good. I'm gonna grab here. And I'm just gonna okay, defending here. It seems a little silly actually. Knight can come here, attacking the rook, and then what? Then I have to drop back. Then bishop takes. Probably slide the rook over here. It doesn't go for that. I think my opponent should have went for that. Let's go. Opponent can still go for this idea. No, my opponent just wants to trade queens early. Play this, pawn takes, pawn takes. Yeah, let's have some fun. Removing here, let's go. Okay, trying to chip away at this pawn structure. Okay, the opponent's likely going to take this way with check. No check here. Rook is so silly. Maybe it's time just to try to swing the rook over. Knight is inactive. This rook is inactive. Knight is pinned. Guess you could say my queen is maybe a little bit better centralized, but it doesn't have a lot of scope. Not going anywhere. My opponent's thinking. Take your time, opponent. Take your time on this lovely Friday night. Knight comes in. Where's this knight going? What's this knight thinking? Knight has ideas of snapping off. I'm in a castle. Right, just protect it. Bish this way. Castle. Okay, this pawn is loose now. Will my opponent defend it? Well, I'm gonna grab this. Not worried about this. Knight is also loose. I'm not too worried about this. Rook takes. Rook is coming in. No. Queen takes here. Rook is loose. Check here. What about something like this? Queen defends the rook. Rook is ready to swing over. What if rook takes, though? That's scary. Rook takes is scary. But maybe rook comes over anyways. Now rook takes. Just as scary. Queen takes. Rook is loose. Out of necessity. Bringing the queen back. Trying to get close to defend the king. Maybe this check can be useful. Knight. Stuck in the corner. Knights in the knights that start the game in the corner in 960 are often a nuisance. It's best to get them as close to the center. Okay. Does the check do anything for me? Well, you can block if you move. Okay, just coordinating with the queen this way, but this is gonna drop. Of course, rook can come here. Our queen takes here. Don't believe it. Okay, can we finally get the knight in the game? Knight would love to jump here. No, I don't want to draw. I mean, that could be worse, but I'd rather just play on. I certainly am worse. I mean, if it was a tournament, you'd take the draw offer, but this count for anything, so here for fun. This knight is the rook is pinned. Can I take advantage of that somehow? Don't see how. Well, I can drop the knight back, maybe hoping to reroute somehow, or even coordination with the rook. Comes here. Well, this rook is inactive because it's defending this pawn, and this rook is pinned. So both my opponent's rooks are inactive, and the knight's far away from the king. Suddenly, my knight is the more active knight. In time, I'm up about 10 seconds, 15 seconds on time. Queen has no checks. Check here, no check here. I did accept a draw offer the other day, and I was very charitable. It's because my opponent brought the queen all the way down the board to take my queen, but mouse slipped one square front, so I just took the queen. And a few moments passed, and then my opponent offered a draw, and I guess I was feeling very charitable that day, and I agreed to a draw there. This rook wants to come here. But rook is still pinned. Now what? You're here? Oh, rook is no longer pinned because the queen's here. Time is an issue. I mean, really, if you just quickly look at it, it looks like my opponent's king is much safer than mine. Here. You're moving here. How do you crack through? Once that pin disappeared, it's just that the pieces have been inactive in time, of course. But let's check the engine after my opponent runs out of time here. So I'm down 4 pawns. Yeah, it's completely winning for black. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you next time. Cheers.